Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Alan Aitken, and on this show each week I take a look at some upcoming races in Hong Kong and try to isolate an angle to the race we might look back on later as having been vital to finding the winner. Well, 11 races on Sunday at Sha Tin. We're going deep into the program, and the first race I want to take a look at is race 10, where our winning factor is the map. Now this is quite an evenly matched Class 3, and no doubt there will be backing for Zach Purton's mount, Captain Win. Joao Moreira's ride, Keefe, has run well in both his Hong Kong starts. Escape Route comes off a last start win. Golden Link and Decrypt also look chances, and sharp improvement is expected from Master Hero at his second run back from a lengthy break. But I really want to focus on the map for this race because I think three of the strongest chances in the race have a significant disadvantage there, and I think that's going to help us find the winner. So let's take a look first of all at the map. Although we have probably only two clear-cut front runners in the race, as I often say, the presence of Super Winner in any race usually assures the pace will be decent because he's a keen-going horse. He likes to roll along rather than slow them up, so that while a decent pace is some help to the likes of Escape Route from gate 8 and Captain Win from gate 13, those are still barrier draws that are going to see those horses concede big starts. And Super Winner being in the race should also make sure that Keefe, who does have tactical speed, doesn't get across to simply dictate the race. So the edge on this map, I think, looks to lie with the well-drawn trailing horses, Decrypt, Golden Link and Master Hero. And it's Master Hero that I want to concentrate on. Now, I'm not going to show you his most recent run because it wouldn't really help anyone. He was well beaten on a wet track at his first start for around 4 months since suffering a cut to a leg. So that's not going to help anyone. I thought we'd go back to his prior run before the minor injury and have a look at what he did that day. And this is back in December. This is race 289 and shows him in a much better light. He's in grey and blue sort of colours. He shows good speed early, but takes a sit behind the lead, and Joao Moreira gives him every chance here. But notice on the heat map, it's only a steady tempo, even a drop in pace at one stage, followed by a sharp sprint over the final 400 metres. And Master Hero is unable to sprint with the horses around him, but there's a good reason for that. He's conceding between 12 and 15 pounds in weight to all of the horses that finish near him. So he's unable to sprint with them, but runs with plenty of credit in third placing. And this time the other chances in the race are much closer to him in the weights. So the tip in race 10, Master Hero. His winning factor, the map. I think there are significant disadvantages on the map for some of his main rivals here. Whereas Master Hero, he'll get a nice run, and I think we'll see a fitter, better version of him on Sunday. The other race I want to take a look at is pretty obvious, race 11, and our winning factor here, the Private Purchase. And in this Class 3, I think there are positive arguments to be made for the prospects of the front runner, Team Spirit. Star Bright has been in good form. Excellent Daddy and Joe Moreira's ride Power Kept will have fans, and so will Beauty Mission from a better draw this time. But I think a lot of the conversation around this race will also be around David Hayes trained Global Harmony having his first race start in Hong Kong. And this is where our winning factor for this race takes a bit of a departure from the normal. In fact, it's probably looking at more of a losing factor in this case for Global Harmony, and the reason for that being that he's a PP. Now, Global Harmony, he raced as Pagan in Australia, and he comes here with good prospects as a 4-year-old next season. I'm sure his trainer David Hayes will have a race like the Classic Mile in mind for him, but his first start in Hong Kong is a point of vulnerability for him or for any horse with form overseas. So I said he's a PP, and that requires a little bit of explanation. A PP is a private purchase, and a private purchase is a horse that has raced overseas, usually successfully, rather than a PPG that you might see in the form guide, which is a horse imported to Hong Kong without ever having raced anywhere. Now, a PP generally costs the owner quite a bit more money, and often they turn out to be our best horses when they acclimatise, but when they first arrive they are vulnerable, and we're going to have a look at the success rate of PPs at their Hong Kong debut. So this is a table showing the results by PPs debuting in the last 10 years, and as you see they have a very low strike rate, mainly because many of them are not fully acclimatised when they kick off here, and expectations are pretty low. But even allowing for that, they usually underperform as far as the market expectations, as you can see on the right hand column. Now in fairness, as we go to a second table here, David Hayes' performance with these horses is better than most. First of all, his first stint in Hong Kong from 1995 to 2005, he had a better than average strike rate and was ahead of market expectations, and we see that even in the 2 years that he's been back, he's still narrowly ahead of the market expectations. So that's a positive for Global Harmony. And Hayes has given him 4 barrier trials to get him ready for his first start. I'm going to have a look at the most recent one of those, because in 3 of the 4 trials that he's had, Global Harmony has been slow away. And here he is at Happy Valley in orange colours, gate 6, very slowly away here before Zach Purton just lets him cruise along in the second half of the field on the inside. Now, when they turn into the home straight, there's a good response, without the horse ever really being asked to run at his top, and that's a nice trial. But that flaw with his beginnings is a bit of a concern, so I'm now going to show you another runner in Sunday's race, and he's going to be up near the lead. And here in race 686 in yellow and black colours, gate 12, we see Team Spirit, one of the first out of the gates, but inside him he has another speedy horse, 8 trigrams, and over on the inside Young Life Forever makes both of them work to get across him. Now eventually the first 2 do get clear in front, but they're working to do it. That middle section was almost into the red zone on the heat map, and Team Spirit also never gets his preferred spot in front. He gets the best of 8 trigrams in the straight, but the finishes are too strong. That early work tells, and he has to settle for 5th placing. But I do think that his preference for the lead is a little tactical advantage that he has over the likely favourite Global Harmony. And when we look at the map this time, he's got barrier 6 Team Spirit on Sunday, and I think this time he's going to find the rail and the lead, with his biggest nuisance for that position possibly Magic Supreme, who's drawn out wide. If Global Harmony jumps well, I think that might be lights out, but first day on a new stage puts a little more pressure on him, and that's his vulnerability he may be getting back. So the tip in race 11, Team Spirit. His winning factor, the private purchase. Yes, it's a factor in the negative because the private purchase horses are under pressure to perform well on their first day out, and that's the situation with Global Harmony, who does otherwise look a very promising horse. But Team Spirit, he may never reach the heights that Global Harmony might, but he's very honest, he gets his lead this time, and he's very hard to run down when that happens. Well, that's it from the winning factor for this week. Enjoy Sunday's racing. We'll see you next time.